Today's news. Today's news.
Final farewells for Pope Francis.
To see the Pope in this simple proclamation takes your breath away.
Ukraine peace talks.
We are moving in the right direction. We are ready to reschedule.
New Jersey arson arrest.
Fire was set intentionally.
Good morning, I'm Peter King with the CBS World News Roundup. This is the final day for the public to pay respects to Pope Francis. And the Vatican says the response has been overwhelming, with at least 128,000 people going to St. Peter's Basilica this week. So many that it remained open far longer than originally planned. CBS's Nora O'Donnell is at the Vatican.
Tonight begins the ancient ritual of sealing the coffin by Cardinal Kevin Farrell, the Camerlengo of the Roman Catholic Church. That is ahead of the papal funeral on Saturday morning. And that funeral mass begins at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, and attending will be 130 foreign delegations, including 50 heads of state and 10 monarchs. That includes President Trump and former President Biden. The Mass will be about 2.5 hours long. It will be mostly in Latin. And then we will see a procession to the Basilica of St. Mary Major.
That will be the Pope's final resting place. Francis's legacy is personified by what's happening at a church that our Seth Doan visited last night.
Pope Francis encouraged embracing those on the margins, asking churches to house migrants. This one in Rome doubles as a dormitory at night. In the pews at this special prayer service last evening was George Malky, a 29-year-old engineer and refugee from Syria. Hoping to study, he fled the civil war.
What does Pope Francis mean to you?
Oh, Francis.
Malky came to Italy through one of the humanitarian corridors supported by the Catholic aid group Sant'Egidio.
How is it living in Italy?
It's so nice to feel like it's your home.
There are language classes, and the group helps with housing, visas, and finding a job.
Now the latest on Ukraine. In a just-released interview with Time magazine, President Trump says Crimea will stay with Russia, saying Ukraine needs to give up the territory in order to end the war. Russia's top criminal investigation agency says a senior Russian military officer has been killed by a car bomb. He was the deputy head of the military's operations. The president has publicly told Russia's Vladimir Putin to stop attacking Ukraine. Attacks on civilian areas have killed at least 15 people in 2 days. Here's CBS News White House correspondent Nancy Cordes.
He did express frustration with the Russians, saying that he felt that it was not helpful for Vladimir Putin to target civilian locations in Kyiv.
We're in the midst of talking peace, and missiles were fired, and I was not happy with it.
Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan spoke with Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, who denies the Russians are targeting civilians.
We only target military goals or civilian sites used by the military.
In southern New Jersey, more than 15,000 acres have burned in Ocean County. And now police have arrested the man they say is responsible for the wildfire that forced thousands of evacuations. Here's KYW's Matt Coughlin.
Ocean County prosecutor Bradley Billheimer says 19-year-old Joseph Kling of Waretown has been charged with arson. Investigators say Kling started a bonfire using wooden pallets, and then he left the area before properly extinguishing the fire.
We were able to place him at the scene, and we have some witness statements that corroborate that.
Chief Bill Donnelly of the New Jersey Forest Fire Service says the fire burned right up to the edge of the Oyster Creek nuclear plant.
The man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is due for arraignment in a New York federal courtroom today. CBS's Anna Schechter says prosecutors will ask for the death penalty for Luigi Mangione.
They said that he carried out, quote, substantial planning and premeditation, and that he, quote, presents a future danger because he expressed intent to target an entire industry.
Former New York Congressman George Santos has said he expects to receive the maximum prison sentence for his wire fraud and aggravated identity theft convictions. That would be just over 7 years. He's due to find out for sure today. Loyola Law Professor Lori Levinson.
Who really is George Santos as he shows up for sentencing? He's a person who on one hand claims that he has accepted full responsibility, but at the same time is claiming that he's a scapegoat. And the court will want to send a clear message that George Santos is responsible for his actions.
5 past the hour.
Well, that's today's news. It's 52 degrees in Berkeley, California. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective.